you, Bob. It's great to be here in the city of Newport and in this fantastic university building. It's also good to see so many colleagues from Newport here today, each and every one of whom is working tirelessly to bring Newport Council back to Labour and to bring an end to 4 years of Tory Lib Dem misrule. Pleser mawr I fod mewn heddiw yn y adeilad hyn yma yn Nghas Newydd, a pleser hefyd I weld siwr gymaint o gymdogion yma o Gas Newydd. Pob un ohonoch chi, wrth gwrs, sydd yn gweithio mwyn dod â chyfnod y toriad a'r rhyddfrydwyr yma yn y ddinas I ben. I'd like to start by thanking all those people that we've heard from this morning. Their stories really are at the heart of what this campaign is all about. A very different campaign from Welsh Labour. We've heard from our speakers this morning. It's a bit like a revivalist meeting. And in a way, that's what it is, because what we're doing here, of course, is making sure that the people of Wales understand our passion and our determination to make our local communities and our nation better. We're running a strong campaign driven by a superb organising ethos, but a local campaign run and owned by Labour teams up and down Wales. Not driven from the top down, as we're seeing from the Tories and the others, but a new style of Labour campaign that's grounded in the stories, abilities and community activities of our people. As national politicians, it's not my role to tell Darrell, Mitchell or Emma what they should be saying or doing, because we know that it's the young mother helping at the community centre, it's the student fighting for better wages for campus staff, it's the grandmother who wants safer local streets, are the people who know what the challenges are in their local communities, and more than that, they know how to fix them. So no national manifesto, because our campaign won't be national, it's local. No blanket promises about the choices that will be made in power, because we know that the right answer for a community in Ringland isn't necessarily the right answer for a family in Wrexham. Unlike the Tories, we're not producing a manifesto full of promises that no local authority can actually implement. So I'm not sure that any local authority has the power to abolish the tolls in the Severn Bridge. And I think the people of Wales will see through that. Yeah, it's a different type of campaign, the first of its kind, and one that's giving real power to our members and supporters on the ground. I led the fight for a yes vote in last year's referendum, not because I simply wanted more power for the Assembly, and not because I wanted to move Wales towards independence, far from it. I travelled the length and breadth of Wales in that campaign because I believe passionately in devolution. And devolving power is not just to do with the relationship between Westminster and Wales. It's about giving communities the power and the resources to deliver change for themselves. Now, David Cameron likes to think that he has something to say on this agenda, but we all know that the big society is a big con. A mask to conceal his true ambition of getting hard-pressed families, businesses and charities to fill the gaps that he's creating through his irresponsible cuts agenda. Because Labour's values have always been about the transfer of power from the centre to the people. And in the Assembly you can see that Welsh Labour's programme for government is developing more cooperative housing, is giving extra support to credit unions, is ensuring that we have 500 extra community support officers, acting on the priorities of local neighbourhoods. And we're helping young people back to work after they were abandoned by the Tories and the Lib Dems. But we have to say, in the recent past, politicians from all parties have been guilty sometimes of campaigning as though they were in a vacuum, thinking that a community campaign could be dreamt up in a head office or a printed letter from London or Cardiff, and that letter counted as much as a handwritten note from the next street. We know that in pubs, clubs, cafes and children's centres, mums and dads were already talking about local issues and getting organised, and what's more, getting results. People power's never gone away, but we need to focus less on the political seminar and more on the streets. Well, we've realised this in Welsh Labour, and that's why more than ever we're becoming even more active in community campaigns. We're listening to what people want to change and then helping them to deliver that change. That's why Peter led the root and branch reform of how our party operates at local level, rewriting our mission as a party and putting community organising front and centre where it always should have been. That's why local parties are leading the way with their own manifestos and pledges for action. So whether it's more community safety wardens in Caerphilly, a new apprenticeship scheme in the private and public sector in Flintshire, or improving recycling and the local environment in Merthyr, this campaign is about the priorities of local people set by local people. The elections of the 3rd of May are vital for Welsh Labour, but they're vital elections for Wales. Will your local council work with the Welsh Labour government to shield the most vulnerable from the Tory assault? If it's Labour run, then yes, it will. Will your local council put education first and ensure more money and support is reaching the classroom? If it's Labour run, then yes, it will. Will your local councillors be accessible, visible? Will they listen to you and act on your priorities? If they're Welsh Labour councillors, then yes, they will. And of course, only a vote for Labour will send a message to David Cameron and Nick Clegg. Only a vote for Labour will send a message that they need to act as we are doing here in Wales to tackle rising youth unemployment. Only a vote for Labour will send a message that Wales rejects the Tory Lib Dem budget, which gave tax breaks to millionaires, paid for by tax rises on our pensioners. And of course, a budget that emphasised the cruel cutting of support for families in work struggling to make ends meet. A vote for any other party than Labour will dilute that bastion of defiance we've set up against the Tory Lib Dem agenda. A vote for any other party will speed up the unpicking of the welfare state, will make regional pay more and not less likely, will damage our school reform agenda, and will be a vote that moves power away from people. Make no mistake, Welsh Labour is on the up, and we're on our way up because we've reconnected with the people, with our people, the people of Wales. We led the successful referendum campaign. We secured our best ever Assembly election result, and our recent party conference was the biggest in recent memory, with huge numbers of young people and new members there for the first time. But we're not complacent. We know the value of making those hard yards in political campaigns. The canvassing, the organising, getting in touch with people and staying in touch with people. All these things are so crucial. All politics, it's been said, is local. We always got that as a party. It's about how you feel walking down your own street, on your commute to work or your shopping trip. And this campaign will reaffirm our reputation as the grassroots political organisation that delivers for Welsh communities, and we're confident that people will respond to this fresh approach. Mae'n neges yn glir, felly. Os ydych chi'n pleidleisio trwy'r post neu yn y bocs pleidleisio, ar y drydydd o fai, pleidleisiwch llafur. Pleidleisiwch llafur ar y drydydd I ddweud wrth Cameron a Clegg bod I toriadau hyn llefus yn cael I osgoi yng Nghymru. Pleidleisiwch llafur ar y drydydd o fai I ymuno gyda ni, I sefyll cornel Cymru, I wneud ein cymunedau yn gryfach, yn fwy barch a hefyd yn fwy cyfoethol. Our message then is clear. Whether it's with your postal vote this week or at the ballot box on the 3rd of May, vote Labour. Vote Labour on the 3rd of May to tell Cameron and Clegg that their brutal cuts have been rejected in Wales. Vote Labour on the 3rd of May to join us in standing up for Wales, making our communities stronger, prouder and more prosperous. Thank you all for listening. Good luck to you all.